Today, we're going to check out the exciting new improvements at Bay Park Marina in Avalon, New Jersey. Even though this sign states coming soon 2025, I can assure you this project is mostly complete, and I'm going to take you a tour on a few of what I feel are the best improvements here. Before we get to one of the latest improvements, I just want to discuss the parking lot. The reason the changes were made here due to flooding, the bay would come over the bulkheads and the boat launch, and it would flood the parking lot and go into Ocean Drive. So what happened is they raised this parking lot and all the plantings, and the bulkheads, to hopefully ensure that the bay water won't rush over into the streets anymore. Okay, don't laugh, but how cool are these waste receptacles? They're just perfect and they just fit right in. So let's take a look at, this is one of the biggest changes beyond the elevation. This is an additional kayak park. Before there was only one on 57th Street. So this gives space for additional kayaks. But the very cool thing about this is this dock is handicapped accessible. So you can, pull your kayak up, and it's just ease of, I guess you would say, launching. So that's a pretty cool addition here. And you can still fish and crab and admire the sunset from this dock. This is a really cool spot to check out the fiddler crabs at low tide. But another improvement. So the access to the public dock has been improved. They've replaced all the wood, there's Trex decking, and they added, I think, 4 or 5 additional boat slips. It may be 4 because I think the 5th we gave it to the Coast Guard or the Marine Police or something. So this is a public marina. You pay to store your boat here, and unfortunately there's a waiting list, but it's pretty cool. Okay, another big change, the boat launch. So this had been a problem in the past, but what's very cool now is it's an improved boat launch, and there's floating docks on the side, because before you basically took your life in your hands jumping into the boat. Now it's an elevated, floating dock so you can access your boat. Then the boathouse is new. So how adorable is this boathouse? Yes, it looks very high, but this was required for the flood elevation levels for this area. And underneath, you'll see some picnic benches, so you can come here. You can enjoy watching people boat by, paddleboard by, kayak by, but also the sunsets are incredible here. There are also picnic benches scattered throughout this park, and there's a water fountain, and eventually, I think, a restroom. I think, don't quote me yet. Let's take a look at some of the beautiful plantings and the 57th Street area. Sidebar, before we get to the beautiful plantings, how great is this? You can fill up your bike tires while enjoying the beautiful view. Amazing. The borough did an amazing job with the plantings. So I'm actually standing on a sidewalk which wasn't here last year. This was just all weeds and original grass to the area. So they built a flood protection wall, and they added plantings and grass and sidewalks. And as I mentioned before, benches just to sit and enjoy the view. And then a little further down at the end of 56th Street is the turtle nesting area. And that is in coordination with the Wetlands Institute, because prior to this, turtles were crossing Ocean Drive to lay their eggs. Now this wall will keep them where the eggs should be safe, and so they're not crossing Ocean Drive, and that particular area will be monitored by the Institute. So let's check out the original kayak park at 57th and the changes there. Okay, I'm back to the original beginning to all of this, which was they added a kayak park at 57th Street. Now they expanded this a bit, but the flood wall continues through here with a brand new bulkhead. And this area right here will be a floodgate. So if there's a bad storm or a bad high tide coming, the borough will place a floodgate here to keep hopefully most of the water there. Also, what was updated was the end of the 57th Street dock with beautiful plantings, those adorable waste cans, bike rack, and you can still admire the sunsets, fish, and crab right off that dock. So if you can't tell, I love this area. I live right nearby, so I'm always taking walks here, and I was a little sad at first that it was changing, but it's beautiful. If you haven't seen it yet, come check it out. And if you'd like additional information on activities at the Borough, please email me, marilyn.o'donoghue@compass.com, and I hope you have a great day.